Hello gamers, it's Mew. I've re-recorded this video a bunch of times. I hope this is going to be the final time I record this, I swear to God. Anyway, back in September, I read and reviewed The Black Throne by Silas Johnson, and then back in about February or January of this year, he asked me to read and review this sequel, A Tale of Origins, similarly to how I did with The Black Throne, but just read and review, you know. He didn't ask me to do like a preview thingy. Anyway, I was already gonna read a Tale of Origins regardless of what happens, because I loved A Tale of Origins, and then I also promised in my first video review to read it also, and I'll still read the trilogy too, but you know. And as of writing this script, A Tale of Origins is out now. That's what happens when it takes me so long to read the book and then finally have time to draw art for this video. Anyways, like last time, I'll do my best to not mention any spoilers in this review, though I still have a sinking feeling that there's still spoilers in this somehow, so if you want to just be careful, come back to this video after you've read the book, and then watch it, or, yeah. And if you want to read the reviews either just on their own or just have them pulled up while I'm talking, I'll link my Goodreads and my Storygraph below. Anyways, The Black Throne has also been republished under a new cover, which I like so much better. It fixes the things I didn't like about the old one. I also now have an affiliate code through Bookshop, which I'm not sponsored by Bookshop, not really, but it's more like I earn a commission if you use the links and then buy The Black Throne through them. The great thing about Bookshop is that if you buy their books, you'll also support indie bookstores, so that's very cool to me. Like I said, I'll be linking The Black Throne, A Tale of Origins, and I'll also have a little like storefront thingy, I don't know what else to call it, which will have other books that you might be interested in. It's just going to be other books I've read and liked that are not really related to this video. But anyways, if you'd like to support me, Silas, and indie bookstores, while also getting your literature intake, that sounds so pretentious, check out Bookshop. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I should also do a little what the fuck am I drawing? So, I was drawing, Vendetta, who is... Okay, I don't know why I'm like being like, oh, is this a spoiler? It's clear from the beginning that Vendetta is a fucking villain. I'm pretty sure, at least. If I'm stupid and I messed that up again, fuck. But anyways, yeah. I'm drawing Vendetta, the main character, or not the main, no, definitely not the main character, the main villain, the main antagonist of this story. Unfortunately, I'm stupid, and I didn't think to, like, keep track of, like, all the times her appearance is mentioned, so way after the fact, when I read this, I did have to, like, I did Control F, and then just kind of look through and took pictures of any mentions of her appearance. So, based off what I found, this is what I was able to get, which is the drawing that you see here. I almost did go a little bit crazy and just, like, draw, like, a dress that doesn't really resemble the description, but I didn't. But anyways, yeah, that's Vendetta art. Okay, now, although this is technically a review for A Tale of Origins, I also did reread The Black Throne as well, because I kind of had the feeling that there might have been stuff that I didn't understand or I straight up missed in The Black Throne, so I wanted to reread it just to refresh my memory. It hasn't even been that long. I think it's been like 4 or 5 months, which, by the way, props to you, Silas, for getting these books out within like 5 months of each other. I certainly did not do that. It's been 3 closer to 4 years working on my story Kingdoms, and I don't know if we're close yet or not. I don't know, man. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So, here are amendments that I have to make to my review for The Black Throne. If something isn't mentioned, my opinion remains the same on The Black Throne. So, as for my reread for The Black Throne, The pacing is definitely slow, but I think for the most part this works out. But getting to the ending after returning, that's a spoiler. Returning because spoilers. I think there could have been trimming there. I still really love Joseph and Mary Jane, but I have been kind of pondering their purpose in the story. Feels like Mary Jane is mostly to propel Joseph's, and I feel like Joseph is just kind of what links Malice, Charles, and Lucas together, and then also spoilers again. Well, I don't think that's a spoiler. I hope. Oh my god, I'm a mess, guys. Anyways, I don't know if that's enough to keep them in the story, to be honest. I still love them a lot, so even if they were kind of useless, I guess. That's a harsh word, but I can't think of another word to use. I don't cut them. I am just pondering if their presence had a purpose. I'm not sure. I don't know. This time I do have more feelings on Unit 1. Only ones I'm really attached to are Pitch and Gareth, who is such a hater, honestly. What an icon. I'd support. Oh wait, that's another spoiler. Jesus Christ. Anyways, I think this character's name is Lyson? Lyson. We're gonna go with Lyson. Lyson I hated because he's a dick. Barbas I felt bad because Lyson was a dick to him, but otherwise I didn't feel much else. And Lucas, while he did kind of have an interesting background, nothing really made me care for him. What did I say I was calling him? Lyson and Pitch's relationship was kind of cute, but I wanted more from Unit 1. Like, I wanted more of their interactions in particular. I think Silas's strong suit is giving readers a small batch of characters and making you care for them. And I wanted the same treatment for them. I mean, he made me very attached to Joseph and Mary Jane, so he could do it for them too. But to be fair, this book is also very long, so... And then also, I swear, at some point, it's mentioned that Unit 1 had 6 people, which there's Pitch, Lyson, Barbas, Lucas, and Gareth, and assuming I'm not mixing shit up, I swear it said there was, 6 S-ranked knights/royals. I don't remember exactly which one it said. Who is the 6th one? Was it Malice? But... does he count? Because I don't think he's not, a permanent member like the rest of them. Who is the 6th one? I'm so confused. So for most of the book, I feel kind of neutral about Malice and Magnus, rather than hate like last time. But the ending makes me not want to root for them because spoilers. I do think they did have nice moments, and the aesthetic of, a demon and angel together is cool. It was kind of questionable that Magnus kind of seemed to ignore Malice's more shady doings, but love conquers all, I guess? I don't know. I wanted more magic world building. This time I didn't notice any grammar mistakes, so I don't know if I don't know if I got more stupid or they were never there to begin with, and I was just I don't know, doing something the first time. Anyway, the character index does seem to have spoilers, but to be fair, I might be the weirdo that actually sits and, reads through those things, it's, just regular pages in a novel. So you might not be intended to even, look at that, like you're reading, a regular novel, unless, you need a refresher. So that's something to keep in mind, I think. And now, onto the thing that I've been, edging you all on. Let's actually review A Tale of Origins for real this time. I'm gonna stop being but first, let's do this! Okay. Cover is very cool. It's continuing spooky eyes on a dark background. Makes me wonder who the hell is gonna be on the third book. That's not really related. But anyways, unfortunately, I feel like on digital screens, the text does kind of blend into the background a little bit. I can't say the same for the actual book in person because I read a digital version. I will be purchasing a physical version, though. I love my physical books. I'm really bad at reading digital copies and ebooks unless they're super short. That's the main reason why it took me so long to read this. I I do a lot of my reading before bed, and reading on my phone is the quickest way for me to not get enough sleep, which I don't get enough sleep to begin with anyway, but trying not to make it worse for myself. Okay, actual review for real this time. I swear. Okay, pacing pacing is much slower for Tale of Origins for sure, but I think it works much better. Plot, I feel like the plot was like kind of unclear at first. Like it's more just about like it felt more like we're just seeing Malice's life. But I think once shit really starts happening, then it works better than in the Tale of Origins. Characters. I am Vendetta's biggest hater. Oh my god, I hate her. I want to fight her in a Denny's parking lot, but also she would probably win. But it's the principle, I guess. Obviously, Malice is my favorite character. Um, yeah. out of Malice's siblings, Odovkar is my favorite. Sock and Sock. I don't know which one it is. I'm gonna say Sock because Soak feels weird. Sock and Rayan to me feel like those like creepily identical twins, which I'm not even sure if they're identical, but who are like the same character. Which that's all the thoughts I have on them. Really, they're spoilers, so I can't elaborate so much. Inyen and Yin. God, I'm gonna be like wondering how the hell to pronounce everyone's names a lot, so don't be surprised. Inyan and Draga, I also kind of lump together for some reason. But Draga is like more scholarly, and then Inyan's like torture. Draga, I feel, has more of a personality, while Inyan not so much. Inyan just kind of sucks, like a lot of the siblings, to be honest, except Otovkar, obviously. He's the best one. I don't really like them as much, but they're not as strong as I hate as Vendetta. I also like Kieran. Yeah, Emil, I do sort of feel bad for him, but that's about it. Zephyrus, I kind of feel nothing, to be honest. Nyx and Carlisle appear briefly, but I did enjoy them. I did like Alkeem. However, there were parts I wanted to be shown rather than just explained. Phelim didn't do a whole lot to leave an impact on me, to be honest. And Magnus was in this book, like, way less, I think. I don't even remember, and it might even be another spoiler that I'm not sure is a spoiler. So, yeah, my opinion on him is still the same, which is that I don't feel a whole lot for him. Okay, relationships. Big spoiler, so, anyway. Kieran and Malice's relationship was definitely the strongest, but I wanted to see more between them. Okay, for Malice and Magnus, I get the distance part, but I still wanted to read more letters between them because otherwise it's kind of hard to feel like they're like close. But I don't know, I don't even remember. It's been so long. I don't know if it was described that they were close, but I didn't necessarily feel like they were friends because I don't know how to explain this. I guess if I'll just leave it at that. Didn't feel like they were friends to me. I wanted to see more letters, so it felt like they were like friends that kept up with each other. Because I know they sent letters, but like, what was in them? What was in the letters? Show me some more. And Malice and Zephyrus, they're said to be friends. I still didn't feel that they were very close either. Odovkar and Malice's relationship is not perfect, but I think their sibling dynamic is interesting. I don't remember much from the rest of Malice's dynamics with the other siblings. And Malice's relationship with Vendetta was pretty bad, but also, like, interesting, which is, I don't know if that's the right word to use, but I also don't know what other word to use. For grammar, I did notice a few mistakes here and there, but not a whole lot, so that's good. World building, it's more thought out. I feel like the magic is explained more. I still don't fully understand magic. I'm pretty sure it's elemental based, though. To be fair, there's also not a whole lot of magic in the series as a whole, from what I remember. And that's probably why I don't fully get, and I kind of wish there was more magic. There was a whole other stuff section, but I can't read that because all of that is spoilers. So overall, I think I like this book better than The Black Throne. We focus mainly on Malice, who is blatantly my favorite. Were you guys surprised? Can you tell? And we get to see his backstory. Before I say this, I would like to be very clear that I do not advocate for buying this book first. The story is series is The Black Throne and A Tale of Origins first, or no. How do I explain this? The series is in the order it is for a reason. I don't know it yet, but I know it's for a reason. But I felt when I was reading this that when I was reading this book, like, I felt like A Tale of Origins would work better as the first book. And I'm not saying series have to be linear tales. I'm sure there are series where they're not necessarily told in a linear order, but that's how I was feeling, I guess. And there's like things that happened in the first that didn't make as much sense without reading the first, which, like, there is ways to do that. But I think if it was like purposeful, then I didn't think the execution was done very well. Also, I hope that doesn't come off as like mean. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot. I have to go on another tangent. I also need to explain my rating system of how I rate books. So 5 is a book is like when I give a book 5 out of 5, I think a book is perfect or as close to perfect as one could get, or my enjoyment trumps any and all issues with this book. An amazing book. 4 is a book that is more good than bad, or my personal enjoyment mostly trumps any bad. Great book. 3 is equal good, equal bad, or about equal. It's an average book. 2 is more bad than good, and I dislike the book. And 1, it is a book that I have little to no good things to say about this book, and I hated it. Now, yeah, in the end, there's things that could be fixed, but I do think this is deserving of a 5-star review, because I like reading about Malix. Who the fuck is Malix? I only know Malice. If I had to summarize him in one word, he's messy, but he's fun to read. I still need answers for book 1's ending, so I will wait hopefully patiently, for book 3, and I will hope that I get to continue the tradition of being the first reviewer. I hope. I'm gonna be first. I will do literally everything in my power to make sure that I will be the first reviewer. I swear. Unlike with book 1 and book 2, I just might be going fully in blind with that one? Question mark? I might read book 2 and book 1 again, maybe. I don't know. Who knows, I guess. I don't know yet. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed hearing my messy review where I go on 50 billion side tangents. If you haven't read A Tale of Origins, The Black Throne, or the series in general before, I encourage you to try this series out. Don't start with A Tale of Origins, even though I felt like disregard my opinion on the order of this book. Do not read A Tale of Origins first. Please read The Black Throne first. There's still a third book that we are missing. We are missing the piece of the puzzle as to why it is ordered like this. So, anyway. In these trying times, we really need to support authors, especially indie authors. So, support Silas, obviously. But as this is a book reviewing series, but I've only reviewed this and one other book. I would also love for you guys to request any indie authors out there. I would love you guys to send me any other indie authors you know of, or if you're an indie author and you like reviewers, please use the Google form that will be in the description. Please know I'm worse at reading ebooks and web novels because like I said, I do a lot of reading before bed, so I can't if it's an ebook or a web novel, I can't read them at night, so I'm gonna be slower if it's a web novel. And if you're physically published, it is not necessary for you to send me a physical book. Either I'll go to my library or I'll purchase it myself. But if you do choose to send me a book to read in the description below, I am not necessarily obligated to read it. I don't think there is any submissions, except my sister sent me Kingdoms as a joke. So even if you do send in a book for me to try out for this little reading and reviewing series, I'm not obligated to read it, and who knows if I will actually read it. I don't know. Also, let me be clear, only send me indie authors or self-published authors, please. Maybe I will start a series where I also read and review more like mainstream books, but I already do that on like Storygraph, so I don't know if I'm reading a book that a lot of people are already reading, would that be interesting to you guys? Should I make a YouTube series where I read and review like big name novels that have like a lot of reviewers from the get-go? I don't know. Let me know. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Anyways, again, for one last time, just to make sure the message comes across, if you want to read this series, start with The Black Throne. Do not be swayed by how I felt about the order. Read The Black Throne and then A Tale of Origins. I mean, obviously, if you want to read the books. But if you do want to read the books, start with The Black Throne. Please, I beg of you. Anyway. Now, hopefully, I've been extremely clear about that. I can't tell if I'm being clear enough. But that is about it for this review. Sorry, it's a little messy. It's been a while since I've gave a book review, but these are fun. I want to do more book review stuff. I know my YouTube channel is like mainly art, but I still want to show the art and the reading on here too, you know? But yeah, that is about it for this video. Please read The Black Throne and A Tale of Origins by Silas Johnson right now. Go do it if you can, obviously. But yeah, that is it. Also, it is, since this is my channel, I'm gonna plug myself a little bit too. I also have a Patreon early access. I've got a secret project going on there that only one person has heard about. Ooh, what is the secret project? I want to know what that is. If you'd like to know what the fuck the secret project that I keep cryptically mentioning is all about, check out my Patreon for that and sneak peeks and just like other stuff. I've also started posting my writing on there, not Kingdoms yet, but you know, been posting a fanfic on there, which is only just because it's like literally the first draft that I'm not finished writing. But anyways, Jesus Christ, how many tangents can I go on? 5 million tangents. Okay, I'm gonna stop this video for right now. Thank you all for listening. Read those books now. Send in your indie and self-published book suggestions for this series, please. And that is it. For real. Goodbye.